All Things has perhaps the best teaser in the history of the X-Files, at least for a shipper. Okay, starts the drippy faucet, right? Which normally would make you just want to go downstairs and kill your landlord. But now it makes me contemplate my life because of reasons that I'm about to enumerate for you. Alright, so then it zooms out from the leaky faucet and you see Scully and she's like fixing her hair. And I'm like, wait, this doesn't quite look as nice as Scully's bathroom. It's a little strange. And then it zooms out a little further and she's like putting clothes on. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? These girls? Did you have a little night with somebody? Is that what happened? Am I gonna have to beat your ass? Is that gonna have to happen again? Like it did after you went off with the tattoo psycho? How about we explain this? Okay, and she's looking all. And I'm going, all right, well, show me what happened. Show me, Chris Carter, show me. She picks up her coat and she goes out the door. Then kind of goes over to the covers where she clearly just was. And you see this great big foot. Calf, knee, a little bit of thigh, no clothes, still no clothes, no pajama pants. You see comforter and I'm like, damn it, you skipped the good part. And then you see arms, and then you see Mulder. Mulder's in the bed. I'm pretty sure that just happened. Pretty sure they just did it. And by it, I mean I-T. It. I have to say that I was very happy about that. Because that's how I roll. I focus on the sex part because, I mean, really, who wouldn't? It's Mulder and Scully. Grow up, guys. Then you have credits. Then it skips back a couple days. And it was Mulder and Scully, and they're in the office, and Mulder's doing a slideshow, being a bore, talking about crop circles, and telling Scully, like, how they're going to go to England and how they're going to look at crop circles. And she's like, Mulder, I want to relax this weekend. I want to take a bath. I don't want to run off to England with you to look at crop circles, which I don't even believe in. This is stupid. Mulder's like, oh, okay. Well, then I'm going by myself. And she's like, fine. When he says, there's some stuff that I need you to pick up from this woman. And she's like, okay, I'll pick the stuff up and deliver it to her. She goes to the nurse's station to pick up the results of a tox screen on an autopsy she's just performed. And it was the wrong stuff in the envelope. She takes it out and she's like, mother, father, shut the front door. This is somebody I know. No. Her professor in med school, and he is very ill. His heart is failing, and she's just overcome, kind of like with all these feelings, and you know Scully hates feelings. She doesn't have them, or so we're led to believe. She's there, and it's all very awkward turtle. I'm not really sure what happens in the scene. Mostly I just wanted to do this episode because of the teaser. So let's take a sip and cut this part. She talks to Daniel. He says that he's really never gotten over her and that he moved to DC. And she's like, Daniel, you didn't. Oh my God, you know, I moved here to get away from you. I can't believe, like, after I broke up your marriage, after all this shit, I can't believe that you moved here after me. That was insane, and you never called. You never called. So she leaves. She goes to deliver the stuff to Mulder's crop circle lady. It's like this, I think, like, I don't know, like weird kind of Eastern religion, kind of Buddhist thing. I mean, I don't mean like that's weird. It's just not anything I'm used to. I grew up Presbyterian. She's driving to this woman's house, and a woman walks in front of her car. She puts on her brakes really fast, and then a truck, like, goes by. Like, top speed, she would have been killed. She delivers the crop circle stuff, and she's kind of Scully-ish, you know, I mean, just like standoffish, and kept her at a distance and was like, okay, well, this is really for my partner, it's not for me. The woman says, are you okay? And Scully's like, actually, I just almost had a car accident, but it's nothing. She's fine. She's fine. She's always fine. She says, actually, that's not nothing. Come in, talk to me. And so I'm not sure if this happens now or later. I'm such a terrible file. What does she say? Am I gonna have to go and fucking watch this? I think I might have to. Scully goes back to the hospital because Daniel has called her. And so she goes on in, and the doctor's like, tell this dude that he's crazy. And she's like, well, what's going on? And the doctor says, this is the diagnosis, this is the drug I want to administer, tell him he's crazy for wanting to do this. And she's like, actually, I don't think that would be a bad thing. And the doctor's all like, oh, great, wonderful, thank you for your support. And the daughter is basically like wanting to spit in her face. She clearly hates her. He and Scully have another conversation. He's basically like, so you did the whole FBI thing, right? And she's like, yeah, I did. And you can see that she still kind of has that love for him that she's always kind of harbored. And, you know, having a first love like that, an experience like that, has made her vulnerable. It's taken her back to a place where we have not seen Scully, ever. Then she just kind of leaves. And she sees the woman that was in front of her car. So she follows her. She goes into this Buddhist temple. And she goes in, and even though she's like very Catholic, you know, I mean, we all know how Catholic Scully is. She goes in and she has like this intense religious experience. She comes out of it, and I lost my train of thought again. I don't know. Jillian, you wrote a really, really complicated episode. And I still wish I was drunker, because that would at least give me an excuse for not remembering the plot of one of my favorite episodes. I'm just gonna take some more sips. More sips. More sips. And there's crunchy ice. I like crunchy ice. I'm really not drunk. Let's lean back, shall we? So, where was I? Where was I? I have no clue. So, I'm just gonna skip to this part. Nobody will know the difference. Yay! That's what a gag reel's for. Maybe I'll play it in the credits. After the credits. Maybe I'll just put the gag reel up. That would be fun, right? So, okay. Let's get down to business. The next scene is Scully in Waterston's hospital room. Maggie says, I hope you're happy And I'm like, calm down, bitch. Calm down. Like, I understand she broke up your parents' marriage and all, but she's Dana Scully. That should count for something. Maybe that's too editorial a comment. She'd broken up my parents' marriage, I'd probably hate her too. But she's Dana Scully. Come on. Anything is excusable. I mean, like, if Scully kicked a puppy, I might be okay with it. Maggie tells her that Daniel has gone into a coma, and she enlists Colleen's help to bring in a healer. Colleen has explained to her that she was once a terribly closed-off person, like Scully is. She had cancer. She, went into remission after she kind of made peace with who she was. Scully thinks this might work for Daniel because she's had this vision and he is clearly carrying some things around with him that are making his literal heart, the muscle in his chest, sick. What happens after that? I'm gonna have to look. After the healing ceremony, Daniel actually wakes up and Scully goes in to see him, and he's like, I can't believe that shit you did earlier. That was such bull. And she's like, that may have saved your life, you effing asshole. I can't believe you manipulated me for so long. It's really flattering that you love me and all that, but come on. I mean, are you my dad? Because that's creepy. It's real freaking creepy. And she's basically like, bye. She's on her way home, and she sees the blonde woman again in the baseball cap. And she goes after her, and she turns him around, and it's Mulder. And she's like, hey, this is weird. And he's like, yeah, I'm back. So let's hang out. So they go back to his apartment, and they're talking, and she starts in this philosophical turn and says, what if everything has a definite path that you need to choose, and that every single choice we've made has led up to this moment, and that any other choice would have been wrong? And Mulder is like, whoa, I mean, that's some heavy shit. I mean, even for him. And he's like, well, I don't know. He starts discussing the ramifications of what that could be and all that stuff. And he looks over, and poor, sweet, tired, wonderful little Scully has fallen asleep on his couch. So he takes the Navajo blanket on the back of his couch. We all know the Navajo blanket. Who's wanted to be naked in the Navajo blanket? That is a Hermione hand raise. Me naked in the Navajo blanket. In any case, she's still clothed at this point. And he pulls the Navajo blanket over her, and he tucks her hair behind her ear. That hair tuck. That may be some of the hottest sex I've ever seen on TV. Real. That's the last thing you see. But I, and many others, choose to believe that that was not the end of it. Actually, that is the #1 fanfiction topic. ATTHS. Amazing S. Awesome S. Mind-blowing S. Like, the best ever. And we all know it's true, because we've all read about it. The end.
I made this. No, really, I did.